I always tell the people, whoever interact with me, like what, why, and how. So first, anything you are going to do or anything you are going to learn, first you have to think what it is, right? What it is. Eta kon, right? Kon pai. Eta kon first janibo. Tapare kon pai mo. Eta darkar. Why we need it? What it is and why we need it. Tapare ame dekhiba how to implement it, right? So जोटा हमें what and why जदि हमें पूरा completely जानी देले, how टा हम पे easy है जो, right? तमें जदि कोडे normally तमें बाहर को वाला पर कोडे cycle तो आई तो तमें तो तेरा जानी ना इटा what is this, right? Cycle टा कौन, इटा कौन जानी ना जदि तार use टा तमें जानी हो केन, right? First जानी वाला अच्छे दिन सोटा कौन, तबरे इटा कहीं की दरकार, तो हम cycle टा तो ऐसे हम जान लेना cycle टा, तो कौन पाइन दरकार, तो हम गुट्टे जगह को easily jai pariba, travel from one location to another locations. That's why we have to use that one. Then how to write it, then you have to learn, right? That's the same principle we are going to follow here in the entire classes, right? So let's see what is cloud computing. So a cloud, I think it's visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, so a cloud is a virtual computing platform. So what is the computing platform? No?
We can input the data, and we can input some data.
Yes, computing something, computing power. Like we have our laptop computer. What we are doing there? Laptop, what we are giving some input and they're giving some output. And in computing platform, like where we have the CPU, like the central processing unit, right? The processor will have the memory, RAM will be there, the storage to store the data, right? To process the data, to store the data, all this computing power is required. So a cloud is a virtual computing power. What is the physical and what is virtual? Exactly. So physical, which you can feel it, we can touch it and see it, right? Virtual things which you cannot see it, cannot even touch it, right? Which you can use virtually using internet. And that will be located some different location, some different geographical location. That is what it is explained here. A cloud is a virtual computing platform physically located in a data center in a different geographical location, which can be accessible through internet, So, and it is the delivery of computing services over the internet, which otherwise known as the cloud. It's a very simple definition. That's why you need to first understand what it is, right? Now you understand what is a cloud. It is a computing platform, computing resources we connect virtually and which is located some different location. And see, in this class will not only be the technical I'm going to teach you, but some kind of management skill also, management how you'll interact in your day-to-day life. Also, I'll prepare you the interview process. Also, I'll prepare you people are hesitating to speak in English, right? That you have to remove in your mind. So without communications, you are nothing, right? तुमको जदि भोक लागिला तमे कहिले तुमको तो खाइबा को मिलिबो ना तमे जदि न कहबो तम कथा बुझिबो की राइट सेमति तुमको तो किछ पचरा होउची तमे एक्सप्लेन करि पारुथिबो communication is to have do very well communication. Otherwise the interviewer we were asking questions not be understand you, and if they don't understand you, then definitely will not be hired, will not be selected for that position, right? First thing is you have to be very, very clear about your communications, right? So in this class also, we'll focus on the communications. So English is must, though we are very, very Odia, Matrabhasha Odia. तो आमे कहिला बेले भी हमर स्लैंग्स ओडिया आसी जिवो ऑटोमेटिकली इन आवर इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशंस, राइट? सो मु भी जेतेबेले स्टार्ट करितली मो कैरियर मो इंग्लिश एते क्लारिटी रे कहि पारु नथिली बट धीरे 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 मु जो वे रे सिखिछि मु सेही वे टा तुमको भी सिखै दिबा बहुत इजीली करि पारियो नो नीड टू गो एनीवेयर फॉर द स्पोकन इंग्लिश क्लास दिस अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम वेस्ट ऑफ मनी तमे खाली जीवो तांको सुनिबो आसीबो नो यूज तो बहुत इजी वे अछि मु तुमको बते देबी जोटा तमे निजे लर्न करिवो निजे ट्रेंड हे जिवो हाउ टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश राइट गुड apart from that okay let's start so these services includes whatever the cloud services they are providing these services includes servers storage databases networking software analytics and intelligence like we have servers we have storage we have databases networking software right analytics you should know all these terms right I'm not going to explain this you know servers you know storage to store the data you know the database to keep the data storage again databases right networking all these things flexible resources and economies of scale so this current IT market there is a huge demand in the cloud and the cloud because they are migrating their platform on premises platform to the virtual platform to the cloud platform that's why in the current market there is a huge demand in the cloud okay so we know, we understand now what is cloud computing. Any doubt here, guys? No?
Sir, may I ask a
Let's
question?
go. Yeah, please, please.
Sir, as a .NET developer, I am working as a .NET developer. So just you mentioned that cloud is we can storage the data, networking, and software. So technically, may I ask that whenever application is hosted in a big physical server, the same thing we are hosting in the cloud. Is it right?
Exactly. So, see, whatever, suppose you are .NET application and you are going to host that application in a
Yes.
server. So
Yes, sir.
currently you are supposed
Yeah.
doing in a physical machine.
Yes,
Sorry?
sir. Yes, sir. Currently,
So
we
you're,
are watching the application. Yeah.
sorry?
Uh, Currently, we are
You're saying
hosting the
something?
application. Yes, sir. I am saying something. My point is, sir, whenever we are hosting application in my company, there is a physical server is there. Where after making the application, there is a team which is who uh, they are hosting the application in a physical server. After hosting the application inside a physical server, we are testing it. So same thing in other companies they are using cloud, right? Instead of
Yes.
physical
So
server.
other
Yeah.
company see that is what I am going to explain you. ତମେ ଓଡିଆରେ ବି କହିପାରିବ ଟିକେ ଲାଉଡଲି କୁହ ତ ଶୁଣ ମେନ୍ ଥିଙ୍ଗ ହଉଛି ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି ତମର ରିକ୍ୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ କଣ ତମ କମ୍ପାନୀର ରିକ୍ୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ କମ୍ପାନୀର ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡାର୍ଡ କଣ ତ କମ୍ପାନୀ ପ୍ରାୟ କମ୍ପାନୀ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ବି ଆଜ ଏ ଡେଟ୍ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସବୁ ସର୍ଭର ଯୋଉ .NET ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ହଉ ବି ଯେକୌଣସି ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ହଉ ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ଫିଜିକାଲ ସର୍ଭରରେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ କିଛି କମ୍ପାନୀ ଅଛନ୍ତି ବହୁତ ଫିଜିକାଲ as well as କ୍ଲାଉଡ ସର୍ଭରରେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ କିଛି କମ୍ପାନୀ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯେମିତି ପୁରା କ୍ଲାଉଡରେ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେମିତି କି ଆମ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଏଠି ଆମର ସବୁ ଜାଗା କ୍ଲାଉଡ ଆମ ପାଖରେ ଫିଜିକାଲ ପାଇଁ ଆମ ପାଖରେ ପଇସା ନାହିଁ frankly so if we are a startup company we don't want to spend money on the physical server to purchase all the physical hardware କାହିଁକି ଯିବି ଗୋଟେ ସର୍ଭର କିଣିବି ଡେଲ ରୁ କି ଇଣ୍ଟେଲ ରୁ ବଡ ସର୍ଭର ଆଣିବି ତାକୁ ରଖିବି ଘରେ ତାକୁ ମେଣ୍ଟେନ କରିବି ତାକୁ ମାନେ ବହୁତ ତା ପାଇଁ ମେଣ୍ଟେନାନ୍ସ ବହୁତ ଏକ୍ସପେନ୍ସିଭ ରାଇଟ୍ ତ ମୋର ଏତେ ପଇସା ନାହିଁ ମୁଁ ଏତେ କରିବି ତ ମୁଁ କଣ କରିବି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟଅପ୍ ଯେହେତୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟଅପ୍ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଖୋଲାଇଛି ତ ଆମେ କଣ କରିବୁ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ସର୍ଭିସେସ୍ ଚିପଲି ମାର୍କେଟକୁ ଯିବୁ ପରିବା କିଣିଲା ବେଳେ କୋଉଠି ଶସ୍ତା ଅଛି ପରିବା କିଣିଲ ସେମିତି କ୍ଲାଉଡ ମାର୍କେଟକୁ ଗଲେ ଯୋଉ ସର୍ଭିସ କମ ଦାମରେ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରୁଛୁ ସେଠି କ୍ଲାଉଡ ଆଣୁ ଆମ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ଆମେ ସେଠି ହୋଷ୍ଟ କଲୁ ତ ବେସିକାଲି ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଗଲେ ତ କମ୍ପାନୀ ସେମାନେ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନାଉ ଡେଜ୍ ବିକଜ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଚିପର ଦ୍ୟାନ ଦ ଫିଜିକାଲ ସୋ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଧର ତମ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଫିଜିକାଲି ୟୁଜ କରୁଛି ବଟ୍ ଅନ୍ୟ କମ୍ପାନୀ ତମେ ଯିବ ସେଠି ତମେ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ହିଁ ପାଇବ ତ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ଯାହା ଅଲରେଡି ଡାଟା ସେଣ୍ଟର ଅଛି ଅଲରେଡି ସେମାନେ ପରଚେଜ କରିଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରକ୍ୟୁରମେଣ୍ଟ ସରିଛି ତ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ହାଇବ୍ରିଡ ମୋଡରେ ପଳଉଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉଟା କି ବୋଥ ଫିଜିକାଲ as well as virtual तो ସେମାନେ
Yes,
ସବୁ
sir.
ମେଣ୍ଟେନ କରି ରଖୁଛନ୍ତି ରାଇଟ୍ ତ ବାହାର ନେକ୍ସଟ କମ୍ପାନୀ ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯିବ ଡେଫିନାଇଟଲି ତମେ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ହିଁ ପାଇବ
Yes,
ପ୍ରାୟ
sir.
କମ୍ପାନୀ ସେମାନେ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ହିଁ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଇଭେନ ଫ୍ରମ ସ୍ମଲ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟଅପ୍ ଟୁ big MNCs company they all are using cloud okay
Yes, sir.
so is it clear
Yes, sir.
okay so we can start now so why to use cloud computing why to use cloud computing so cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet by using pay as you go model pricing model what is this pay as you go pricing model so pay as you go pricing model is pay as you go means just use it and once you are done pay money and go like kind of our rented house aws also that so every cloud service provider is like that no that's credit card they are just giving like making sure that you are the human being and using it for to purchase something else they will not charge you any single penny. Mhm. Yes, yes, we have to not. It depends on the services. What services we are going to. Okay, let me start. Give some basic ideas, then we'll move into that. Okay. So why should use cloud? So first thing is pay as you go pricing model it offers. Another is lower your operating cost. Lower your operating cost. Run your infrastructure more efficiently. Scale as your business needs change. So what is the scale as your business needs change? Suppose in your company, right, you have suppose two customers now. Currently, suppose you have two customers and your business increased, right? Your business increased and you have suppose three servers to maintain your applications. Once your business increased, what you'll do? Obviously, you require more computing resources you need more servers more machines right for that what you can do we can use cloud immediately increase this one whatever you want suppose I want 5 immediately to increase so we it helps you to scale your business when you need immediately yes we can get the servers immediately within the fractions of seconds or minutes we can get these things done okay paid free, everything is there. So what you have to use this depends on your requirement. Again, depends on the requirement. If I have money, then I can go for whatever I want, some high power processing units, right? If I don't have, then I'll look for cheaper one, right? That's the model you have to use it. So to put in another way, if you see, cloud computing is a way to rent computing power. So when we talk about the pay-as-you-go model, that means we are going to rent compute power and storage from a service provider. Suppose I have my laptop, this is my laptop, whatever laptop I have, and you guys are connecting virtually, right? You guys are connecting virtually. So what you can do, you can use the services. What services you are using? You are using the internet services of yours and using my Teams to connect, right? That application, the software you're using to connect to this one, and you can just using my laptop to view it, to see and to read whatever the content I am sharing with you. So that's the virtual things you are doing, right? You are connecting to my laptop, right? If I give same thing, if I give my laptop access to you, you guys can connect to my laptop and use my computing resources means you can use my storage you can use my softwares whatever software I have in my laptop you can use it so that's the cloud actually now my machine will be cloud for you it's very simple right now my machine will be cloud for you right so instead of what it says what benefit why to use instead of maintaining cpus and storage in your own data center you can rent them from time that you need them right suppose तमे वर्तमान भुवनेश्वर कटक जीवा पई चाहूछ राइट तो तमरो कंफर्टेबल तम फैमिली दरस पूरा 4-5 मेंबर जीवा पई चाह तो इमीडिएटली जीवन गोटे कार किनिकरी सैंक्शन जीवन तो कोन करिवो कार गोटे रेंट रे नबो राइट
Yes,
you
sir.
have to book Ola or Uber whatever is there you have to book it and go to that place you're not going to buy it similarly तमे कोटे बिजनेस स्टार्ट करूछ तमर देखियो फर्स्ट व्हाट्स योर मॉनेटरी पावर कितने पैसा अछि तम पाखे राइट तमे कोन आनी परिबो तमे तो गोटे इमीडिएटली गोटे डाटा सेंटर सेटअप करि परिबोनी यू कैन नॉट सेटअप ए डाटा सेंटर ओवरनाइट यू नीड मोर मनी पावर and need human resource also to maintain that. Instead, what you can do, you can go to the cloud market, get the service. That's why we are going to use cloud. Okay. So the cloud enables you to quickly solve your toughest business challenge and bring cutting edge solutions to your users. Toughest business solutions, whatever your business requirement, go to the cloud market, you get it. Okay. Any doubt here or anything you guys need to ask question? Guys, anything? Need to ask questions? Is it clear, guys, right? Vano, is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Arvind,
Yes,
Trupti,
sir.
Satish. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So let's go ahead to the next slide. So why to use cloud computing? Now, why to learn cloud computing? So cloud computing is changing the face of technology. The growing prevalence of subscriptions model and next generation technologies is paving the way for companies to become more efficient. So most of the companies, let's don't need to read this. Let me tell you why you need to learn cloud computing. As I said, more than 90% companies currently are using cloud technologies, right? And those are already into physical machines using on premises, their own data center. They are also migrating because this pay as you go price model and easy to use and maintenance. For that, it is easy. So you can come. What it says, it provides on-demand computer system capabilities such as data storage, the cloud, and all. So cloud computing technology makes it easier to perform backups, recover from disaster, and establish business continuity while saving the company's money. That's why most of the companies are moving towards the cloud. That's why there is a huge demand in the cloud services in the market. Yes, obviously you can back up. Okay. So Sprutiraj was asking like we can take the backup of all the storage, whatever data in the cloud. Yes, in the similar fashion, right? What do we do? Suppose in my laptop, we have lots of data there and I want to take backup. So what should I do?
Sir, we need
Suppose
a
my sorry?
yes, yes. Sir, at that time we can storage all the things inside a external hard disk or any kind of like pen drive or other things. We can storage the data for the backup.
If we okay, you mean to say in the cloud?
Uh,
Okay, let me. I think your voice is little slow to understand. Okay, so जदि physical machine रे data अच्छे हमें कौन करबे data हमें various way रे हमें ताकू backup नहीं पारी either तमे backup नबो गोटे physical device रे जेमति कि हमर रहउची कोन hard disk external
external
hard
hard disk
disk or
pen drive, yes, sir.
yeah external yes external hard disk pen drive, right? That
Yes,
is
sir.
also external hard drive, right? So we can take a backup of that. Also, we can use any cloud service provider to copy and take backup of our entire storage, put in the cloud also. Like example, exactly, Google Drive, OneDrive. So in Google Drive, what we are doing? All our work, documents, pictures, videos, whatever we have, we keep in our Google Drive. So that is the cloud storage. That is a storage. That cloud storage being provided by the Google, Google Drive or OneDrive by Microsoft Azure, right? So we can just use those services to use. So first thing you need to understand what is your requirement. ତମେ ଯଦି ରିକ୍ୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ ଭଲ ଭାବେ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ତାହେଲେ ତମର 50% ୱାର୍କ ଇଜ ଡନ୍। ସବୁ ଜିନିଷର ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଗୋଟେ ଲେଟ୍ସ ସି ଏ କ୍ଲାସ ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି କି କହିଲି ତମର ଲାଇଫ ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ସହିତ ରିଅଲ ଟାଇମ ଲାଇଫ ଡିସ୍କସନ ସହିତ ଟେକ୍ନିକାଲ ଡିସ୍କସନ ବି ରହିବ ସୋ ଦ୍ୟାଟ ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡ ପ୍ରପରଲି ମ୍ୟାଚିଂ ଦ ଥିଙ୍ଗସ୍ ରାଇଟ। ତ ଶୁଣିଥିବ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ରାଇଟ ଯେମିତି କି କିଛି पेसेंट थांती किसी डिजीज होता है तो तांकर डिजीज 50% भलो हो जाए कौन पाई तांकर मेंटल स्ट्रांग पाई मेंटल थिंकिंग पाई सदी भावंत बोली किसी है ही just simple things and if you are strong in that if you understand that right what is happened what done then 50% things will be cured similarly तब the requirement गोटे दिन सर बुझी गलो तो 50% work is done the rest of the things you have to use technologies or something which can be used to do the work. Let me give you an example, very simple example. Okay. Suppose, okay. Suppose what happens in your home, there is kind of a function is going on, right? So, suppose your engagement party. Okay. Suppose engagement party is going on. So, and depends on your requirement. Suppose you have how many guests you are calling 20, 50 or 100. So if 20 members you are calling to your home, then you have to prepare the items accordingly for that 20 members. For that you need to purchase some items from the market. If you are going for 20 members, you need some kilos of items and you can either take some bag and go to the market and get it done, right? Come back to home. And when you are thinking to go to the market, you have to think in various ways. So requirement you have to first understand. Requirement is to first you have to do the analysis. The analysis is we have a function at home and we need these items to go to the market and get it. And the things whatever you are going, kon nabar achi tamar dinso sabu. First kon karibo, you have to list out the pen paper lekhibo kon item mate anibar achi. Then you have to think if कौन आइटम एत सब आइटम माने क्वांटिटी केते हबो हिसाब करि द एतिक आइटम क्वांटिटी हल तो मु वर्तमान तक आनिबी केमिति रिक्वायरमेंट बुझी गलो बस नेक्स्ट यू हैव टू थिंक हाउ टू गेट इट राइट देन तमे को मार्केट रे गले चिप पड़िबो आइदर मु एठी जस्ट लोकल वेंडर पाकु जीबी परिबा मार्केट सेटु आनिबी कि हाटो को जीबी जोटा हमरो मंडी सब्जी मंडी को जाय राइट सब्जी मंडी के जीबी सेटु आनिबी whether I go to the local market or local vendor or I'll go to the sabji mandi, right? There I'll get it. So decide kariba then कोटा तुमको पाकबा तुम कौन vehicle नव. Then you think about the vehicle, then you have to think about what vehicle you have with you, whether you have a bike or you have a car. If you have a bike, I need only 30-40 kilos of items, then I can go in bike, maybe I can get it. Or if you need more than that items, 50 kilo or 100 kilos, then you might need a car, transport it. If you have a car, you'll take that car and go to the market and get it, right? If you don't have a car, then what do you do? Your now requirement changes. Now your requirement changes. If you don't have a car, now your plan is changed. What is your plan? Now you have to plan for either an auto or a car. Then again, if you change your plan, you have to think about your comfortability. What comfort? Whether you are comfortable to go in an auto rickshaw, fine. If you are not going to go in an auto rickshaw, if you maintaining, then you'll go to the car. In the car, then you have to book a car and go there. So based on the requirement, based on a design, you have to change all your plans. Exactly same here in the cloud we are going to do. So in cloud, we have solution in cloud. Normally, there will be some architects in software industry who designs the things. Designer and architects will be there. Similarly, solution architect or solution providers are there. So they do designing part of this. What is the requirement? Based on the requirement, they have to calculate all these things. And pricing factor is the most important. Pricing factor is the most important. Because તમે એତେ બડો ઇવેન્ટ ଯଦି organize କରୁଛ ତମେ obviously ତମେ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କର ଯଦି କମ price ରେ ମତେ ଯେମିତି ଭଲ କ୍ୱାଲିଟିର ଜିନିଷଟା ମିଳୁ ତ ସେମିତି ଯେମିତି solution architect also they will think like which items or which service I need, and that will be cost me less and also good in quality and good in service. Right? That also they have to think. So what is it? The future generations should be aware of the concept and technology. હું તો કહું છું ક્લાઉડ ମାନେ କଣ କହିଲ ଖାଲି યંગ ଆଉ ଗ୍ରାଜୁଏସନ ପିଲା ନ କ୍ଲାଉଡ ଇଭେନ୍ ୟଙ୍ଗ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ଯୋଉ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି ଛୋଟ ଦେଖ ସେମାନେ ବି କ୍ଲାଉଡ ପଢିବେ କିଛି ଦିନ ପରେ ଯେହେତୁ ସେମାନେ ଏବେ ସର୍ଭର ଆଉ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟିଂ ଲ୍ୟାପଟପ୍ ମାନେ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ରାଇଟ୍ ଦେ ଆର୍ ୟୁଜିଂ ଲ୍ୟାପଟପ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅଲ୍ ସୋ ଦେ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଅଲସୋ ଗୋ ଫର ଦ କ୍ଲାଉଡ what is the problem? Same thing they are going to use. They can also easily get it. Only they have to learn and understand the things. Next generation in couple of years definitely will see these cloud courses will be implemented within the course curriculum of the school course curriculum. Definitely they are going to implement it. And that's why huge demand in the market in the cloud. Okay. So if you see this particular diagram, why to learn the cloud computing market size calculations up to 2030 by using the USD billion. Is it clear, guys? Screen visible, right? Okay. So see how the market is going to increase. 1614 billion USD dollar. So we are in 2014 now, right? We are here now, 2024. So we have $614 USD. That's going to increase. That is the calculations, and this research is done by President's research. Okay, that's being done that it be increased more than 1614 USD dollar. Okay. And this cloud computing market size by region, if you see the Asia Pacific, we are into Asia Pacific, right? So Asia Pacific region is also rapidly increased. This is the Asia Pacific, and they have estimated the Asia Pacific region also going to be increased very fast. So Middle East, sorry, Europe, North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific increasing very fast. That's why there is a cloud huge demand. Okay. So now you understand what is cloud and why you need and why to learn it. Right? Any doubt so far? Tell me what doubt?
Actually, that happens only. That's why in Gannett kind of all that is not only
Yes.
so the demand is
Exactly. So Sprutiraj was telling, as all the companies are shifting to the cloud, right? That's the reason there's huge demand. Obviously, yes, that is the only factor of high demand in the cloud. Okay, so that's why companies are looking for the people who understand clouds and who can work on them. Okay, then what is the benefit of clouds? Okay, this benefits better. I'll explain you what's the time now. Because I have to explain 9:20, right? I'll quickly explain all these things. Benefit of cloud, scalability. Okay, we can increase and decrease the resources. I'm going little fast so that I have to also cover the Okay, maybe what we can do today, we'll cover cloud, and next class I will cover the DevOps overview. Okay, today we'll cover the cloud overview, and next class we'll cover the DevOps overview so that you can easily understand all these things. Okay. So the scalability, we can increase and decrease the resource as per the demand. Scalability, scale up, scale down means whenever you need, you can increase, whenever you need, can decrease. So Rajastri, first class was eso miss karithlu, but carefully bhala bhabe listen karo. ଆଉ ମାନେ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ରେ ଭାବନି ଯେ ମୁଁ ଗୁଳି ଫୁଟଉଛି ବନ୍ଧୁକ ପବଜି ରେ ଠିକ ଅଛି ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲର୍ନ ଯାହା ବି ପଢଉଛି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ସେଟା ସବୁବେଳେ ମାନେ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ରେ ଜଷ୍ଟ लिसन फर्स्ट लिसन केयरफुल तमे किछटा लिसन जदी करूछ ना बस जदी भलो भाবে बुझी पारिले अधा हेगला काम तमरो राइट जदी बुझी न पारुछ देन सेटा माइंड रे रहि जिवो सेटा तमे कांस्टेंटली तमे जते पर्यंत क्लैरिटी न पाइछ सेम थिंग ही रहिबो से राइट तो स्केलेबिलिटी वी कैन इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज सब बेले एक्सपैंड एंड what expand and squeeze, right? We do so increase and decrease whatever we need. So no need to pay unnecessary or further resources which we don't need. Scale up and scale down, scale up and scale down automatically. जदि तमरो सर्वर रिक्वायरमेंट अच्छी देन तमे नहीं गलो सर्वर किनिकरी आ जदि किछि रिक्वायरमेंट नाही मोर क्लाइंट पळेले मोर किछि प्रोजेक्ट नाही बर्तन मु सर्वर रखी करबी कोन देन आई कैन डिक्रीज द सर्वर जदि सेही जिनसटा मु नहीं थांती डाटा सेंटर ओन फिजिकल जिनस जदि मोर काम न थांता मु करि थांती त कोन ताकू कबाड़िया रे बिकी थांती ना हाफ रेट रे जा
But here, because we did all these things, we got it, for the class. At the end of the platform, I can say properly.
that you did not understand properly what cloud provides is pay as you go model तमे यूज करिवो जत्ति की सेति रो पैसा दो राइट तमे जत्ति दिन पीजी रे रहइबो सेति दिन रो पैसा दो बट आजकल तो पीजी 1 मंथ रे एडवांस नहीं जाउछंती गोटे मंथ ना पैसा नहीं जाउछनी बट तमे देखिथियो माने होटल जेमती जत्ति दिन तमे होटल रे रहबो सेति दिन रो पैसा दो ना तो क्लाउड सर्विसेज पे आज ही गो मल जति दिन तमे पे करिवो सेति दिन बट क्लाउड सर्विस रे अछि तमे रिजर्व जदि कल प्राइवेट क्लाउड नहीं गल तामे ऑलरेडी तमे जेमती रेंट नबो आ गोटे होटल जाई रहबो त डिफरेंस अछि तमे पब्लिक होटल जाई के रहलो होटल कोन अछि तमे जति दिन रहलो सेति दिन रो पैसा दला आसीबो बट तमे 1 मंथ में रेंट नहीं छ माने 1 मंथ रो पैसा ही दबो तमे यूज करो कि न करो जेमती क्लाउड रे भी अछि तमे जदि रेंट रिजर्व करि देइछ already for 1 month or bigger than that then you have to pay. Okay, you have to pay for that but so scalability is like that whenever you need you can scale up and scale down or increase or decrease. Next comes storage. So it benefits of cloud storage same for the storage as well. Storage माने तमरो अछि एबे धरो 100 GB रो storage अछि खाली तमरो डाटा बढ़ी गला तमेर अधिक storage दरकार then what you can do you can just increase the storage amount also storage cost so सेटा भी तमे easily आनी परबो right. Next comes data recovery. So you can recover the data. You don't have to worry about that. Suppose if you have your physical data center, if your data is lost, it will be very difficult to get it back, right? But in your cloud, data recovery is very fast. I don't have to worry about that. They follow this DLP method, data loss prevention policy. Through that, you can immediately get your data back. Okay. Data security, yes, they provide highly secure data in the cloud. They completely provide high security. Okay. Security is obviously nowadays security is very, very much important. It's a very crucial factor also. If there is a security breach means all your data is gone, compromised. So cloud service provider, they strictly follow that and they implement high security in all their services. Okay. Next comes maintenance. Obviously, maintenance also you don't have to worry about the maintenance. They will take care about all the maintenance, right? The like if you have your own data center, all servers, all storages and all. So what do you have to do? You have to maintain your own data center For maintaining your data center, what you need? You need manpower. You have to hire employees, pay to them, right? You have to maintain. So the support engineers will be there who will provide you supports, right? So maintenance. But in cloud, that is well maintenance provided by the cloud service provider to maintain your data and resources. The maintenance cloud offers unique opportunity for your maintenance team to meet uptime and production demands without sacrificing quality of work or maintenance KPIs. Okay. Then comes, okay. Any doubt so far?
Sir, may I
Now
ask
we
a
can
question?
see, huh,
Sir,
go.
sir, as you say, it depends upon the demands. Just right. My point is, it depends upon the demand. Uh, let's say we're in a physical server, we are purchasing the things, right? Hello.
Yes.
But
Yes.
so while hosting the application inside a physical server, we are purchasing the things. But what is the need of cloud to purchase? I mean, is it required to purchase the cloud server?
Okay, that's perfect. Very good question. This is very, very good question. His question was, if we have a demand increases, right? What do you need? We can also, if you are using physical server, then we can purchase one other physical server. We can use it, right? Why should we go for cloud then? His question was, if our demand increases, if we are using physical servers, we got the physical machines. We can go and purchase it. Then why you should go for cloud? Can anybody answer it?
Is it a
Mhm.
Yes, because
Okay.
you physically get nice place also.
Exactly. See, if you're using your own data center, you said you can go and get another physical server. Yes. Can you tell me, if you implement a physical server, how much time it will be required for you? To implement a physical server
Okay, sir.
again, your data center, it will take days of months of time. And if you get immediate requirement, right, to
Yes, sir.
implement all your physical server and do the connectivity and do the setup, it will take months of time, which will be not good for you. We'll lose that client, right? But if you go to maintain that, you can go to the cloud market within minutes and hours of time, your server will be ready. You within minutes of time, your server will be ready and you will
Yes, sir.
deliver the client faster rate. The client delivery will be the must and it will be faster. So
Faster,
next slide, I'll
faster.
explain you all this. Okay. So got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
It's clear, right?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for asking this question. So, okay. এই টাইপের কোশ্চেন আমি ଯେମିତି ହେଲେ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଯାହା ବି ମାଇଣ୍ଡରେ ଆସୁଛି ଇମିଡିଏଟଲି ପଚାର। ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଯଦି ଆମେ ଫିଜିକାଲ ସର୍ଭର କିଣିପାରିବା ତମେ କ୍ଲାଉଡ କାଇଁ ୟୁଜ କରିବ, ରାଇଟ? ଆମେ ଫିଜିକାଲ ସର୍ଭର ଗୋଟେ ସେଟଅପ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆମକୁ ବହୁତ ଟାଇମ ଲାଗିଯିବ, ପୁଣି ତା ପାଇଁ ମେଣ୍ଟେନାନ୍ସ ଦରକାର, ତା ପାଇଁ ଇଏ ଦରକାର, ସେଇଟା ବହୁତ ଆମକୁ କଷ୍ଟଲି ହେଇଯିବ, ବହୁତ ପଇସା ପଡିବ, ଆମକୁ ବହୁତ ମନି ପାୱାର ଆମକୁ ଦରକାର, ରାଇଟ? ଆଉ ତା ପାଇଁ ଆମେ କ୍ଲାଏଣ୍ଟର ରିକ୍ୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ ଥିବ, କ୍ଲାଏଣ୍ଟ ବଜେଟ ବି ଆମକୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, କ୍ଲାଏଣ୍ଟ ଆମକୁ କେତେ ଟଙ୍କା ଦଉଛି, ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ ଆମେ ଯିବା ନା ମାର୍କେଟକୁ। ତାପରେ ତାକୁ ପୁଣି ମେଣ୍ଟେନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଦରକାର, ତାକୁ କ୍ଲାଏଣ୍ଟ ଡେଲିଭରି ଡେଡଲାଇନ ଥିବ, ଆମେ ଯଦି ସେଇ ଟାଇମରେ ସେଟଅପ୍ କରି ନ ପାରିବା, ତା ପାଇଁ ପୁଣି ମେଣ୍ଟେନାନ୍ସ ପାଇଁ ପିଲା ଦରକାର, ଠିକ ସେ ଯଦି ନ କରିପାରିବା ତ କ୍ଲାଏଣ୍ଟ ବି ହାତରୁ ପଳେଇବ, ରାଇଟ? ତ ଆମେ କ୍ଲାଏଣ୍ଟ ଡେଲିଭରି କେମିତି ଫାଷ୍ଟର ରେଟରେ ବଢେଇବା, ତ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମେ କଣ କରିବା, କ୍ଲାଉଡ କୁ ଆରାମସେ ପଳେଇବା। ତ କ୍ଲାଉଡ within minutes of time we get our server and we'll implement everything and we deliver the things very faster way to the, that's the use of the client. And actually that is there already in this slides, we'll discuss about in the later classes. Okay. So cloud service providers, who are the cloud service provider? There are very few, I have written it here. Okay, there are very few written, I have written it here. So AWS, Azure, DigitalOcean, GCP, IBM, Linode, Oracle. Okay, so these are very renowned service provider who everyone mostly know these cloud service providers. There are hundreds and thousands of cloud service providers. There are hundreds and thousands of cloud service provider in the market, but I have just few listed here. And these three are currently market leading, popular in the market. One is AWS, the other one is Azure, the other one is cloud. So the market leading AWS first, second it comes, and it comes third. Okay, in the popularity in the market. All are public cloud provider. They provide both public as well as private. Both public as well as private they provide. That is why it's very, very popular in the market. And they provide free credits also, free to use. Okay, we'll explain all these things. Okay, types of cloud. So we know about the, okay, who is a cloud service provider? Rajashree, cloud service provider মানে service provider মানে কোন? Normally আমি ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଗଲେ forget about cloud ଭୁଲି ଯାଅ, service provider ମାନେ কোন? ଗୋଟେ service provider ନା କହିଲ ଯୋଉଟା କି ତମେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛ? କ୍ଲାଉଡ ଛାଡ, ହଁ ସେ AWS ଗୋଟେ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡର, ବଟ୍ କ୍ଲାଉଡ କଥା ଛାଡ, ତମେ ଡେ ଟୁ ଡେ ଲାଇଫରେ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛ
internet.
ୟେସ୍। ସୋ ତମେ କଣ ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛ, କଣ ମୋବାଇଲ ସିମ୍ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛ? ଏୟାରଟେଲ। ସୋ ଏୟାରଟେଲ
Geo.
ଅଲସୋ ଗୋଟେ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡର। ତମେ ଗୋଟେ କଣ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରୁଛି? ମୋବାଇଲ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରୁଛି, ଦ୍ୟାଟ ଇଜ ଅଲସୋ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡର। ତ ତମର ଯଦି ଘରେ ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ କନେକ୍ସନ ଅଛି, ତ ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ କନେକ୍ସନ ଗେଲ୍ ନେଇଛି ବୋଧେ, GAIL ଗେଲ୍, ରାଇଟ୍? ଦ୍ୟାଟ ଇଜ ଏ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡର। ତ ତମକୁ ଯିଏ ସର୍ଭିସ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କଲା, right, they will be your service provider. So cloud re तुमको जे service provide कला, they are cloud service provider, cloud service provide करछन्ती, right? So these are the cloud service providers. So AWS is one of the cloud service provider, Azure and Google Cloud. Okay, so in this class we are going to learn AWS. Okay, so AWS is Amazon Web Service. Amazon Web Service. We have a separate after this introduction demo class. We'll have entire AWS classes. I'll just show you explain about AWS and why to go with AWS. Also, I'll explain you. Okay. Next comes type of cloud. As I said, we have public cloud, we have private cloud, we have hybrid cloud. So public cloud, those provides publicly and they don't need no capital expenditure to scale up. तम पाखे जदि तम पाखे पॉकेट रे पैसा नहीं, तमे भी क्लाउड सर्विस रे सर्विस किनी नहीं जीवो, नहीं सारला पर यूज कला पर पैसा आसला पर पेमेंट करिवो, राइट? नो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर रिक्वायर्ड। मो पाखे पैसा नहीं, तमे माने धर तमे गोटे सेटअप करे, तमे चाहो गोटे क्लाइंट को फर्स्ट आनिबा पई, जदि क्लाइंट आसी गला, तम पाखे सेति की अमाउंट रो नहीं, तो कोन करियो, क्लाउड सर्विस गलो, सर्विस आइन यूज कलो, किछि तुमको इमीडिएटली पे करिया पड़िबो। प्रीपेड एंड पोस्टपेड जानिछो, प्रीपेड रे आगे पैसा दियो तापरे यूज करो, पोस्टपेड रे आगे यूज करिवो तापरे पैसा दबो। एटा से पोस्टपेड टाइप रो, तमे यूज करो तापरे पैसा दबो, राइट? तो इमीडिएटली से माने पैसा आगे केबे मागुन, तम जदि पैसा नाही, देन इट्स ओके, यूज इट, once you done your work, you got money, pay it. Okay, so applications can be quickly provisioned and deprovisioned. Application can be quickly provisioned and deprovisioned. माने तमर applications तमे जेते चाहिले भी easily can provision. Provision माने provision and procure. Okay, what अछि provision? Oh, handwriting is खराब हो अछि। Provision और what अछि procurement. This the procurement. ये वर्ड गुरा तुम सब जानता तुम काम ही आसो रेगुलर तुम इंटराक्ट कर ऑफिस काम कला रेगुलर इंटराक्ट प्रोविजन एंड प्रोक्योरमेंट मैन तुम गोटे किसी प्रोक्योर कर किसी आणुच प्रोविजन कर किसी किणुच राइट दैट इज प्रोविजन समथिंग किसी सेटअप करुच नुआ जिनस किसी प्रोक्योर कर नुआ जिनस तो प्रोविजन एंड प्रोविजनिंग एंड प्रोक्योरिंग आणुच किसी यूज करबा पई राइट सो एप्लिकेशन कैन बी क्विकली प्रोविजन तुम क्विकली आनी परिबो परचेस कर परिबो एंड क्विकली यूज कर परिबो एंड डी प्रोविजन मीन्स तुम दे भी पारिबो जेमति कि हमें गोटे नेले होटल रेंट होटल नेले गोटे दिन पई यूज कले पुन सेटा छाड़ दे पळे आस्तु हैंड ओवर दे देले पळे आस्तु सेमति गोटे दिन पई तुम एप्लिकेशन यूज कर पर प्रोविजन इमीडिएटली आनिबो काम डन वर्क डन तुम दे देलो राइट सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे ओनली फॉर व्हाट दे यूज जहा जति की यूज करिवे सति की समय रो एंड पैसा देबे दे कैलकुलेट आवरली बेसिस गोटे घंटा को इतनी रेट राइट आवरली बेसिस दे चार्ज प्राइवेट क्लाउड हार्डवेयर मस्ट बी परचेस्ड फॉर स्टार्टअप हार्डवेयर मस्ट बी परचेस्ड फॉर स्टार्टअप एंड मेंटेनेंस प्राइवेट क्लाउड रे कोन होछ ना तमे हार्डवेयर किनिबा को पड़िबो तमे हार्डवेयर किनिबा को पड़िबो ताकि पुनी तमे मेंटेनेंस तमे निजे ही करिवो यदि प्राइवेट एरिया प्राइवेट नेल गोटे धर नॉर्मल तुम घर कर गोटे प्राइवेट तुम हाउस अच्छे माने गोटे प्राइवेट हाउस माने तुम निजर गोटे बिल्डिंग बनैछ राइट सो निजर बिल्डिंग रे कोन तुम सब जाक जगह किनिबो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पई सब जाक हार्डवेयर इक्विपमेंट किनिबो सेटअप करिवो तार मेंटेनेंस तुमको ही नबाक पड़ी बट जदि तुम गोटे जगह रेंट रहिले से बिल्डिंग रो मेंटेनेंस तुम ऊपर डिपेंड करनी मालिक को पैसा दे दिए से ताकर बुझाबुझी करबे तुम खाली रेंट देलो रहिलो काम सरला बस एठी भी से होछि तुम यदि प्राइवेट नेलो व्हाटएवर यू आर procuring whatever you are provisioning you have to maintain that you have to maintain that okay organizations have complete control over resources and security so organization माने जो organization private cloud नेला तार complete control रहउछि बट पब्लिक क्लाउड रे कोन होछि ना तमर किछि कंट्रोल रहिबनी सब कंट्रोल रहिबो जे तुमको सर्विस प्रोवाइड करछि राइट तबे एयरटेल रो कंट्रोल कर एयरटेल रो तमर कोन कंट्रोल अछि किछि नै तमे खाली फोन करछो जो सर्विस नंबर फोन करछो मेसेज करछो कि नेट यूज करछो बस किंतु कंट्रोल तांका हाथ रे सब अछि राइट hybrid cloud provides most flexible and it provides both public and private mixture right organizations determine where to run their applications suppose तमे समस्त जानिथिबो full stack right full stack what is a full stack application
So it's a combination of both front end and back end application.
yes front end combinations of front end back end and database
Database.
that is a full stack applications right so I mean full stack applications it's a combinations of front end back end and database front end we can say UI what is UI user interface or GUI sometimes we call GUI GUI graphical user interface right with this interface it will be our front end where the front end always will be application will be always client facing माने क्लाइंट जोटा यूज करिवो तमे मोबाइल व्हाट्सएप यूज करछो राइट व्हाट्सएप यूज करछो तो व्हाट्सएप रे जोटा तमे यूआई टा यूज करछो मेसेजिंग करिया पई कॉलिंग करिया पई तो फ्रंट एंड ता तमे यूज करछो बट तार बैक एंड रे कोन अछि कोड अछि डेटाबेस कोड तुम जानि छ कि जान डेटाबेस बैक एंड्स एवरीथिंग designed by them and it's already stored but you cannot see it you can only front end you can application you can use it right so in case of hybrid model you have to decide where your front end will run suppose I want my front end to run in the public cloud because it will be facing the public it is facing to public so I can make to run in public cloud no problem if I put in the public front end there is no harm but the backend and database I don't want to put in public cloud because they are not public facing they are in backend the databases are more sensitive all the data will be stored high security right? Then I can put in the private cloud which nobody can access, right? Which nobody can access. So only through UI, through front end, which is public, they can only access the database. Okay, that is the type of cloud. Type of services. That is what Sprutiraj was telling, the types of services. So what are these type of services? We have IaaS, means infrastructure as a service. So they will provide you an infrastructure and you have to do all kind of setups. So it provides only base infrastructure and end user have to configure and manage the platform and deploy the application on it. And they will give you one infrastructure. Then you have to set up everything there. SaaS, software as a service. Okay, software as a service, on-demand software managed by vendor, applications and virtual servers. माने सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस जोटा कि तुमको गोटे सॉफ्टवेयर देबे तुम यूज करछो जेमति कि व्हाट्सएप गोटे सॉफ्टवेयर गोटे एप्लीकेशन, जीमेल गोटे एप्लीकेशन, याहू व्हाटएवर, इवन फेसबुक गोटे एप्लीकेशन, वेब एप्लीकेशन, मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन, either you can use from web and you can use from mobile also, right? Those applications or softwares, they are providing software as a service. You are using their service only. Okay. PaaS, platform as a service. What is that platform? It provides a platform allowing to end user to develop and run and manage. Suppose you don't want to use WhatsApp, you have to create your own messaging platform, right? Then you can get this platform and develop your application. So they'll give you a platform where you develop your application and use it. This is your platform as a service. Okay, where you can develop your own items. So infrastructure as a service, where they'll give you a plain ground, nothing will be there, only infrastructure will be there. So you have to build everything. You have to build the platform. You have to build the software. You have to build the platform, then you have to build the software in case of infrastructure, right? But in case of platform, they'll give you infrastructure, they'll give you platform. On top of that, you have to develop the software. But in software, you don't have to do anything. They'll give you directly software to use. So you have to worry about your data only. In WhatsApp, what you are worried about? ଆମେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ଆମ ଡାଟା ଏମିତି କେହି ନ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ଆମେ କାହା ସହିତ ଚାଟ୍ କରୁଛେ କଣ କରୁଛେ ଯେମିତି ଆମ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି କି ସାଙ୍ଗ କେହି ନ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ. We are worried about only data. ଆମେ ଫୋକସ୍ କରିବା ଡେଟା ଉପରେ. ଆଉ ବଟ୍ ସର୍ଭିସ ସେମାନେ ଆମକୁ ସଫ୍ଟୱେୟାର ଦେଇଦେଲେ ଆମେ ଡାଟା ଉପରେ ଫୋକସ୍ କରିବା, ରାଇଟ୍? ଆମକୁ କିଛି ନା ଇନଫ୍ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ଓରି ଅଛି, ନା ପ୍ଲାଟଫର୍ମର ଓରି ଅଛି, ନା ସଫ୍ଟୱେୟାର ଓରି ଅଛି. ଆମେ only will worry about our data, right? So software as a service. बुझे पड़ला? किसी डाउट अच्छे एबे जाए? ये तीनटा सर्विस मेनली यूज्ड होची. आउ दीटा सर्विस मैं बतेबी. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बुझी पारलो? नॉर्मली सपोज गोटे प्लेन ग्राउंड, सपोज गोटे माने हमर रियल टाइम ऊपर भी कहूची, जदि तमरो गोटे धर लैंड किनिलो, किछि जमी किनिलो कोठू, राइट? सर जमीटा गोटे किनिलो, सपोज थिंक जमीटा ला तमरो गोटे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. ता ऊपर तमे प्लेटफॉर्म बनेइबो, घर बनेइलो, डिजाइन कलो घर, राइट? प्लेटफॉर्म बनेइलो. प्लेटफॉर्म भीतर तमे सब इक्विपमेंट भरिबो. जेतले घर तमरो हे गेला, कलर कलर देइलो, रहिया को आसिलो, ता पई सब इक्विपमेंट दरकार. बेडरूम रे बेड दरकार, किचन रे फ्रीज, किचन आइटम्स दरकार, ड्राइंग रूम रे सोफा, टीवीज वगैरह दरकार, स्टडी रूम रे बुक सेल्फ सब दरकार, किट बाथरूम आइटम्स बाथरूम रे दरकार. तो को आइटम कोड दरकार तमे सब परेइलो, सॉफ्टवेयर सब सब आनी कि तमे यूज कर देबो. तो सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस. पर ताको चलेबा पई पुनी सब इंटरनेट कनेक्शंस, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सब भी दरकार, राइट? तो सेटा तमरो कंप्लीटली फ्रॉम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्लेटफॉर्म बनेलो, प्लेटफॉर्म तम सॉफ्टवेयर आनी कि भरिलो रियल टाइम पे. बट एथि इन द रियल टाइम रे गोटे टेक्निकली हम जदि देखिबो, गोटे मशीन तमे नेलो, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कोन तमे गोटे मशीन नेलो हैला. तो मशीन रे तमे गोटे हार्डवेयर किनिलो. बेसिकली मशीन इज कम समथिंग, हार्डवेयर ता ना. तो हार्डवेयर रे हमें कोन करबा? सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करबा, राइट? सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल कले सेटा सॉफ्टवेयर सर्विस. बट हार्डवेयर ता हमें नेलो, तार नेटवर्किंग, तार नेटवर्क कनेक्शंस, तार इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, तार ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इंस्टॉल सइला पे तुम गोटे प्लेटफॉर्म मिल जिवो. देन प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस, प्लेटफॉर्म मिल गला पर तापर तमे सब सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करिवो तापर डेवलप पाई सॉफ्टवेयर बनेबो कोन करिवो तापर तमे सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करिवो राइट तो फर्स्ट बुझिबार अछि तमे व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ता कोन मैं डिटेल रे बुझिबा नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट स्लाइड रे हमर पूरा डिटेल्स अछि हम बुझे देबी तापर आछि we can say CAAS CAS container as a service. Container as a service, the container technologies we are going to use, container and virtualization, the container as a service. And then achi FAS, function as a service. जोटा कि हमारा lambda यूज होची हमारा AWS रा क्लाउड गूगल क्लाउड फंक्शन यूज होची AWS lambda यूज होची जोटा कि हमें फंक्शन गोटे यूज कर आजिकली बेसी मार्केट रे सर्वरलेस कंप्यूटिंग चली छी सर्वरलेस माने अच्छा मते गोटे आ ऊपर डिटेल्स हम तुम बुझे दोची सर्वर कोन पई दरकार क्लाइंट सर्वर आर्किटेक्चर कोन व्हाट इज क्लाइंट सर्वर आर्किटेक्चर लेट मी एक्सप्लेन क्लाइंट सर्वर आर्किटेक्चर कोन क्लाइंट कोन हम जानचे
client
हां क्लाइंट एक्चुअली ठीक सर्विस दबो माने सर्विस प्रोवाइड करछि ता सहित हम एक्चुअली क्लाइंट सर्वर आर्किटेक्चर एक्चुअली जे सर्विस प्रोवाइड से क्लाइंट नो दैट इज डिफरेंट एठी क्लाइंट हला हम जोटी जोटा कि यूज करूचे सर्वर सहित कम्युनिकेट करबा क्लाइंट सर्वर कम्युनिकेशन इज मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट इन द नेटवर्किंग ओके तो हमर बटे धर अछि एठी क्लाइंट क्लाइंट आ गोटे सर्वर सो क्लाइंट रे कोन होची क्लाइंट रे हमें यूज करि परिबा डिफरेंट टूल्स द डिफरेंट टेक्नोलॉजीज क्लाइंट रे देबा हमें किछि गोटे यूआई यूज करि परिबा किछि गोटे कमांड लाइन इंटरफेस यूज करि परिबा जोटा कि विल गिव सम इनपुट टू द सर्वर give some input to the server and what is the role of server we can give input or we can request to the server so हमें जदि रिक्वेस्ट गोटे पठेले राइट तो सर्वर कौन करिवो सेटा को प्रोसेस करिवो सर्वर विल कंप्यूट इट कैलकुलेशंस प्रोसेसिंग विल बी डन इन सर्वर साइड सो सर्वर साइड प्रोसेसिंग हे गला पर सर्वर कौन करिवो रिस्पांस दबो आउटपुट जोटा कि तार कुआ जाय रिस्पांस किंबा तमे कहबा आउटपुट normally it could request will come from the client and response will go from the server okay जतला client ओटे response दबो client हमें योटे UI यूज कर परिबा okay तमे गोटे जर Amazon रु सपोज Amazon रु गोटे तमे प्रोडक्ट किनुच Amazon रे जतले गोटे प्रोडक्ट सर्च करूच राइट तमे कोन गोटे गोटे UI यूज करछ से UI रे तमे सर्च कोन गोटे टाइप कलो इनपुट देलो तमे सेटा यूज कला जे क्लाइंट गोटे इनपुट देला से तो तमे इनपुट दोछ से इनपुट ता प्रोसेस हबो कोडी तापे गोटे सर्वर दरकार जे कि बैकएंड आउ डेटाबेस ता सर्वर रे ही सबोले स्टोर हुए सो क्लाइंट रे तमरो यूआई रहिबो एंड सर्वर साइड विल कीप योर बैकएंड और योर डेटाबेस सो जेतबेले हमें रिक्वेस्ट इनपुट गोटे कले तो ये प्रोसेस करियो तते हमरो गोटे लैपटॉप सपोज एचपी रो गोटे लैपटॉप किनिबार अछि I'm searching in the Amazon e-commercial site. Then client request कला HP laptop, server रे process और database रे HP laptop रो पूरा list तुमको response रे output रे देखे दे. So
There's a get and post method.
get and post method. Get and post method or तुम्हें request whatever request will send, we get the response back. Right? That is the client server architecture. बुझी पाला किसी doubt अछि? ये सब एक्चुअली नेटवर्किंग क्लाउड रे मस्त दरकार तमे बेसिक बुझिबा को चेष्टा करो बेसिक रु वेरी बेसिक बुझिबा को चेष्टा करो तो बुझी गले तारे वंस और कंप्लीट सॉल्व ठीक है ओके मु सेही कथा कहतल जेटा फंक्शन एज ए सर्विस व्हाट इज दैट जोटे कि हमें गोटे फंक्शन आजिकली मार्केट रे सर्वर लेस चालू छ हमें सर्वर कोन पाई दरकार जे गोटे रिक्वेस्ट किछि आसला प्रोसेस करबा पई कंप्यूट करबा पई तो सर्वर दरकार वर्तमान सर्वर लेस चालू छी माने सर्वर दरकार नहीं प्रोसेस करबा पई सर्वरलेस रे हमें गोटे फंक्शन यूज करूचे लैम्डा हो कि जेकोन गोटे फंक्शन एपीआई गोटे एपीआई यूज करछे गोटे फंक्शन यूज करछे जोटा कि हमें रिक्वेस्ट पठाउछे से फंक्शन ही तुमको रिक्वेस्ट दे दूची तुमको सर्वर साइड हमको किसी जीवा को दरकार पड़ना तुम जानछो जावास्क्रिप्ट
Yes, sir.
जावास्क्रिप्ट सब जान सुनिछो ना किसी जावास्क्रिप्ट गोटे स्क्रिप्टिंग
Yes,
गोटे
sir.
लैंग्वेज राइट क्लाइंट
Yeah,
साइड
client side.
लैंग्वेज
Yes,
एक्चुअली
sir. Validation.
हाँ तो जावास्क्रिप्ट कौन होची ना जावास्क्रिप्ट नेवर इंटरेक्ट्स विथ सर्वर आगुरु कौन होतल मैं पूरा डिटेल्स से तुम बतई दोछ तुम बहुत क्लैरिटी पाइबा ऊपर आगुरु कौन होता है जावास्क्रिप्ट यूज होन होतिला तो हमर क्लाइंट थिला सर्वर थिला तो हमर जो डायरेक्ट हमें जो एचटीएमएल सीएसएस लिखुछ एचटीएमएल तो जानिथिबो फ्रंट एंड डिजाइन करिबा भाई हमें तो
Yes, sir.
किछि फ्रंट एंड डिजाइन करूछे तो सेटा कोन होतला ना बैक एंड रे जो कनेक्ट होतला तो बैक एंड रू डाटा आनी करी बैक एंड रे प्रोसेस करके डाटा बैक एंड रे प्रोसेस करिबा पय टाइम होतला सो बैक एंड कोड कोन सपोज फ्रंट एंड कोड हमें लिखुछे कोत एचटीएमएल सीएसएस राइट सीएसएस माने एचटीएमएल
Cascading
जानछो
style. Yes, sir.
हां hypertext markup language hypertext markup language css is
Cascading style.
UI design that is required for UI. CSS is for cascading
Cascading style.
style.
Sheet.
Ah, exactly. So cascading style sheet. So जोटी कि तमे यूज करिबो स्टाइल करिबा पय जहां तमे कोड लेखुछे तादरे केमती कलर दबो डिजाइन करिबो राउंड करिबो स्क्वायर करिबो कि डिजाइन करिबो कोडी प्लेस रे रखिबो राइट रे रखिबो लेफ्ट रे रखिबो फ्रंट रे मिडिल रे सो सीएसएस यूज करिबो कैस्केडिंग स्टाइल शीट यूज करिबो जोटारे कि तारे तमे डिजाइन ता दलो तो these are the everything is front end client side front end color right but back end रे कोन रहउछ फ्रंट एंड रे तमे तो डिजाइन कर देलो तो बैक एंड रे तो राजश्री शुणुଛ ना शुणुଛ तो ठीक है कैस्केडिंग कौन पे यूज है कैस्केडिंग स्टाइल शीट सीएसएस
CSS is designed to CSS is used to design the layout of the web pages.
हाँ लेआउट
Yes, sir.
okay so to give a look good look we are using css right so এটা কোন हमर फ्रंट एंड साइड रहिलो right बैक एंड रे हम यूज करछे कोन जोडा सर्वर प्रोसेसिंग करूची सेटा हमर जेमते कि जावा पीएचपी पाइथन राइट जावा पीएचपी पाइथन सी सी प्लस प्लस सब बैक एंड रे हम यूज करछे
Yeah, they have IBM all the time. All the time process. On that side, was we can use really push.
yes we can use middleware डिपेंड करछि तमे कोन सब यूज करछो एपीआई कॉल रे तमे यूज कर परिबो मिडलवेयर यूज कर परिबो सब
Yes, sir.
त हमर जेमते .NET भी रहउछ बैक एंड रे .NET रे हमें .NET रे कोन हमें बोथ यूआई डिजाइन कर परिया बैक एंड कोडिंग ता पे लिखे यूआई .NET रे यूआई डिजाइन जेतोला हमें करूचे ता पे हमको कोन दरकार ता पे हमको दरकार
Yeah, this
रिएक्ट जेएस भी आल्सो सेम थिंग रिएक्ट जेएस ता कोन एक्चुअली ता गुटे फ्रेमवर्क जावास्क्रिप्ट रो
Yes, sir.
फ्रेमवर्क
Framework.
फ्रेमवर्क कोन एक्चुअली व्हाट इज ए फ्रेमवर्क कि मते एक्सप्लेन करियो फ्रेमवर्क ता कोन I'm not talking about React JS framework. Basically, what a framework कौन? What is a framework? What is a framework? Okay. जेकोर्स भी दिन में कहूँ राइट हमें रियली किसी कोटे लेखुचे जावास्क्रिप्ट लेखो ओके फ्रेमवर्क पर जी आगे जावास्क्रिप्ट कहि दे सर्वर साइड तुम बुझी गलो क्लाइंट रे बुझी गलो एचटीएमएल सीएसएस यूज करछे सर्वर साइड बुझी गलो पीएचपी .NET जावा व्हाटएवर हम यूजिंग करछे बट ई जावास्क्रिप्ट रहउची कोठी हमें तो फर्स्ट यूज करथिले क्लाइंट रे किछि गोटे रेस्पॉन्स देला माने पिक्चर गोटे लोड लाइक कोन गोटे रोल रे किछि गोटे इनपुट देले हम गोटे सर्वर साइड सर्वर कैलकुलेट करिकि ताको रेस्पॉन्स दउतला तो सर्वर क्लाइंट डायरेक्टली इंटरैक्टिंग विथ सर्वर इट वाज टेकिंग सम टाइम किछि समय टाइम नउतला हमको डाटा आनिया पय बट जेतो जावास्क्रिप्ट यूज होची जावास्क्रिप्ट इमीडिएटली विद इन द क्लाइंट साइड डाटा प्रोसेस कर दोची से सर्वर सहित कनेक्ट करे दरकार पडुनी तक विद इन द क्लाइंट साइड दैट इज व्हाई JavaScript is more popular in the market. So you don't have to wait for the data to fetch. It will immediately the JavaScript will process it within the client side data. JavaScript will process the data. No need to connect to the server side.
Okay.
We'll get it back. Okay. That's a JavaScript we are using. So the framework we are using. So आम जेकोसी कोड लिखुचे जेकोसी प्रोग्रामिंग लिखुचे स्टार्टिंग रू हमें जो प्रोग्राम सब लिखुचे राइट से प्रोग्राम ता धरो हमें स्टेप बाय स्टेप लाइन बाय लाइन सब लिखि चलिले तो बहुत सारा कोड लिखुचे वर्तमान आजिकल कोन से फ्रेमवर्क आसे होची फ्रेमवर्क जो कि तमे गोटे एपीआई कॉल कर देले कि गोटे मेथड यूज कर देले सेटा टोटली एंटायरली तमे पाइलो जेमति हमर सीएसएस आ एचटीएमएल पय यूज होची बूटस्ट्रैप गोटे फ्रेमवर्क HTML CSS ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ framework यूज होची bootstrap सेमती जावास्क्रिप्ट ପାଇଁ framework ଅଛି react js ତମେ डायरेक्टली ଗୋଟେ API कॉल कर दबो तमर काम होई गेल तमे आ वेट करिया पर राइट कर पुराई बहुत कोड लिखियो पड़िबो जस्ट यूज द फ्रेमवर्क इज डन सेमती से जावा रो फ्रेमवर्क अछि beanstalk lots of frameworks java रो अछि beans java beans and all right frameworks .NET frameworks अछि सब हां हाँ डाटा ड्रिवन फ्रेमवर्क्स जोटा कि डाटा फेच करके तुम फ्रेमवर्क दबो डाटा ड्रिवन फ्रेमवर्क्स बहुत सारा फ्रेमवर्क्स अछि मार्केट पे यूज जोटा तमरा यूज होची से ऊपर फ्रेमवर्क ऊपर तमे काम करी सॉरी हाँ बिहेवियरल हाँ behavioral framework even I don't know all in one जानी नहीं किसी जति की जानी behavioral framework तो NLP जो neuro linguistic programming language NLP artificial intelligence so NLP artificial intelligence तमे यूज कर परियो behavioral framework सेठी NLP रे जाउची सेटा right
sir, in
okay
.NET, sir. Hello.
sorry .NET
Sir, as a .NET developer, I am using .NET MVC as a framework and .NET Core. It's a framework of .NET.
exactly so MVC that model view component right
Controller. Yes, sir. So
controller yes model view controller so MVC framework we are using in .NET some Java framework we have yes
Out of Panta.
so we have this cloud computing market in size we can use see private cloud market koite achi we have by 2024 ei varsh bitare etiki billion abaku jauchi right cloud computing market size in 2024 okay ame et bujiba chalo details re ame jo bortaman janile IS PAS and SAS सासु भाविबनी SAS right software as a service तो ऑन प्राइमिसेस जोटा कि हमें यदि देखो चारटा डायग्राम अछि तो कंप्लीटली बुझी गले 100% तमर माने जॉब डन जदि तमे पूरा कंप्लीटली बुझी गलो ऑन प्राइमिसेस वर्ड ता मने रखिताओ तमे हजारे थरो तमे डेवऑप्स आउ क्लाउड पढिले एई ऑन प्राइमिसेस ता तमे बुझिबो जोटा कि तमरो प्राइवेट क्लाउड कहइबो किबा ओन डाटा सेंटर जोटा कि ऑन प्राइमिसेस कहइजो जोटा कि फिजिकल सर्वर एटाला तमरो ऑन प्राइमिसेस जो तरह की ऑन प्राइमिसेस रे तमरो डाटा एंड एक्सेस एप्लीकेशंस रन टाइम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम वर्चुअल मशीन कंप्यूट नेटवर्किंग स्टोरेज ये सबु जाको you have to maintain you have to purchase and you have to maintain storage networking compute power resource virtual machine operating system runtime application data and access everything you are going to maintain that is on premises and private cloud and infrastructure as a service जोटी कि तुमको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिलिबो माने तुमको स्टोरेज मिलिबो नेटवर्किंग मिलिबो कंप्यूट मिलिबो बाकी वर्चुअल मशीन तमे क्रिएट करिवो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम तमे चूज करिवो रन टाइम तमरो एप्लीकेशन तमरो डाटा तमरो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज ए सर्विस बट प्लेटफॉर्म एज ए सर्विस रे तमे पाई गलो कोन स्टोरेज पाई गलो नेटवर्क पाई गलो कंप्यूट वर्चुअल मशीन गॉट इट operating system runtime then you will get only application you have to design and you have to do the data and accesses data and access application तमे डिजाइन करिवो बाकी तुमको ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम वर्चुअल मशीन कंप्यूट नेटवर्किंग सब मिली गला यू गॉट एवरीथिंग ओके इन सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस तमे तुमको एप्लीकेशन भी दिया गला फेसबुक एप्लीकेशन दिया गला इंस्टाग्राम एप्लीकेशन दिया गला तुम लाइफ बर्बाद करिवो राइट समस्त तो इंस्टा और फेसबुक रो यूज रे फसी के रहिलो बाकी टाइम वेस्ट राइट तो सेमाने कोन करछन्ती सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस तुमको दे देले आज ए चॉकलेट तमे धरी बसताओ आउ बाकी काम रे माइंड नाही राइट तो सेतिरे तमे यूज करियो कोन केवल तमे डाटा आउ एक्सेस ऊपर तमे डिपेंड करियो राइट डाटा एंड एक्सेस केवल तमे डाटा ऊपर तमे फोकस करो बाकी तुमको से देले दैट इज सॉफ्टवेयर एज ए सर्विस तो मु जहां आज पढेली तुमको डेली weekly once we'll have question and answer discussion classes, doubt clearing and question and answer classes weekly
Sir,
once. Okay,
sir,
और सेटा definitely मैं question पचारी
sir, may
आओ
I ask
जहाँ भी जा doubt अच्छी yes
sir, may I ask a final question that you say you mentioned that there is a serverless. The difference between server and serverless, we are using API application. Sir, may I ask what is the use of
yes.
API?
From what is what is what is
What is the use of API? Because if there is a server is there, we can fetch the data from the server. What is the use of API?
ah okay so his question is like if we have a server because we are going to fetch data from the server
Sir,
and we
yes,
have a client right we have a client we have a server client request will go to the server right so application program API means API we are using most of the APIs called application programming interface so what happens we are using the API call instead of writing the entire code and program we can use one API to call that and interact with the server and server will process that is not exactly serverless API call is not a serverless that is required servers
okay,
that
okay,
is required
yes, sir, server.
servers no yes that is required servers API call is required a server see we are using the payment gateway right we are using the payment gateway that is one kind of application right API right that API we need that server to interact with that right API call we are doing to a server but that API calls some API calls are being which also not connecting to the server getting the response back to the client immediately
Yes, sir.
like our Lambda APIs we are going to use AWS Lambda API what they are doing they are directly processing within that function itself and API also we can say a method a function also it is a pack of functions right everything is written in the APIs
Yes, sir.
so we are using suppose one Lambda function so Lambda function what it will do it will not require a server in this class I'll also show you how without server we can interact with and create our own application. I'll also show you how we can create our own web application without a server. I'll directly build it and show you in the AWS. We don't need one EC2 instances. We don't need any machine. I'll show you how we can create it. Okay. Any doubt? Okay. So why AWS? ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା କାଲିକି next class. No, ଯେତେବେଳେ AWS class କରିବା, we'll go with why AWS. Okay. So most of the cloud computing, ତମେ ସବୁ ଯାକ ideas ପାଇଗଲ cloud computing ରେ mostly you got everything. So ଯଦି ବି କିଛି doubt ହଉଛି, so how you will actually do your learnings? That is most important. Okay. How you will do your own learnings? See, let me just show you. Normally, what happens? Let me stop this recording, and I don't need it. So we can stop this recording, and then we can discuss something. Okay. Okay. Basically,